What if someone bought your mother? The hero took everything from me, so I bought his mother from slavery. The story begins with the MC and his party, which are composed of 5 friends, but Zack, the hero and the leader of the party, decide they can't handle Chris because he's a burden to them, so they have to leave him behind. But that's not the only reason. Zack has maxed out his riz level, so he can get all the girls in the party, and he doesn't want another male nearby, even if that male is his friend, so he chooses hoes before bros and decides to let go of Chris. Chris is calm despite all of his friends turning on him, and his reason is that they are all S-level adventurers, but he's an A-level mate, so he says his goodbye and goes on his way. Here where Chris reveals to us that he has a secret that never told anybody, and that is he has 80 million powers in Rise of Kingdom. Or in simple word, Truckun was involved. He was a 40 years old office worker with a wife and a kid, and after dying at the age of 42 and being reborn in this world, he sees people that are same age in this world are teenagers as kids, since he has a mind of a 40 years old, so he had no romantic relationship with his former party members, simply because he would see them as kids. He explained how in this world, women over age of 17 are considered old if they are not married when they are 17 or younger. He is not a fan of this tradition because he's a geronotophile, or in other words, MILF hunter. After he got kicked out of his party and the tavern, what does he do? He goes to a slave shop within a heartbeat. But hold up, let him cook. He asks for a household slave, and they are considered the lesser value since they are older. This is where he finds his soulmate. He sees a familiar face among the slaves. It's Shizuku, Zack's mother, and his first love, so he buys her without a hesitation. Despite what you think you are going to read, it's not that kind of story. From what I've read, pretty much it's a wholesome story about a young man going on a date with his favorite MILF. Record of Ragnarok, but instead of fighting for the sake of humanity, they fight to not get burned. Reincarnation Colosseum, using the weakest skill in order to defeat the strongest woman and create the slave harem. You thought the name was short, huh? What happens when a programmer gets summoned to another world? Mikagami Kojo, wait, Ishigami? He gets summoned to this world, but he gets unlucky and receives the weakest skills. The copy. Hearing that makes the head priest, who is the biggest authority in the city, angry and disappointed. So she, with her big authority, sends him to the Colosseum where he has to fight to death with other prisoners. In the cells, he meets this girl called Zulu. She offers to give him some information about this world he got summoned. The country he got summoned to is a religious country called Bumbledore, which is at war with its neighbor's country, Dumbledore. What is next? Cumbledore? But they are short on manpower, so they resort to summoning warriors from another worlds to fight for them. Humans who get summoned gain random skills, and if they have any chance someone receives a skill which is useful for the war, they will treat them like elites. This is basically a gacha mechanic, when the 5 stars roles treated as a treasures and the 1 or 2 stars get thrown into the Colosseum to fight and entertain the population. Enough for the summary. Let's see what kind of man this Ishigami ripoff is. He's not a Walmart version, but he's the Amazon Prime with the next day delivery. As said before, he's a gamer, but not your casual chill gamer, but the hardcore and the toxic gamers. Those who never leave their homes and always blame their teammates when they lose, if they lose. But you may ask, how is he going to survive? Well, let's go over the rules of Colosseum. The match is between a male and a female, gender equality at its peak. Loser get enslaved to the winner permanently and get bred by them. But what if you're a man and you will lose? An easy solution. You will turn into a woman by magic. Isekai problems require isekai solution. Or you can guess what happens if a male loses to a female. Anyway, our pro gamer gets an idea. This is just like a game. When it's come to games, I never lose. This manga is kinda like a Record of Ragnarok, but it's slightly different. Kojo Mikami is a smart and weak, so his fights are mostly how he's going to outsmart his opponents with his skills and expand his harem. The art style is pretty good. I like it for an isekai. It's 8 out of 10. Here is is a cute and wholesome manga. I got summoned by the demon lord, but I can't understand her language. Language barrier is the plot of this manga. MC gets summoned and greeted by this cute demon lord, but there's a problem. In this world, people don't talk Japanese. Wow, how realistic. But there's no magic to make him understand the language, so the entire manga, a total of 30 chapters, is about these two trying to communicate with each other. The only thing that I can compare it to is a sleepy princess in Demon Castle. Something I should mention that this manga has ended. Yes, an isekai that has ended. Can you imagine that?